Well, Little B tells the story that's probably the biggest story of our time, which is the story of the great flow of colonial and post-colonial history appearing in the lives of individual human beings. Right? This thing that gets called the immigration crisis is really a crisis of colonialism and capitalism. And Little B tells the story of two people who are caught up in that. Right? And it does a thing that a novel can do, I think, better than a newspaper or a political tract. It can take two people's lives and say, well, what do they mean to each other? Right? So it takes the story of two women, like a young woman from Nigeria who is displaced from the place where she lives by an act of colonial and exploitative violence that Western countries still profit from. And she becomes a refugee in one of those countries, which happens to be the country where I live, which is the UK. And there she meets a British woman whose story has interacted previously with this other character in the book. They knew each other from before. And as they come to find each other again, they start to have to work out what they mean to each other, how they're going to relate to each other. And so they're asked in a very personal way to answer this question, like, how should we now put the pieces back together of this world that we have fractured and that we have atomized? How can we do that in a human way? How can we heal from our individual trauma? And how can we heal from the trauma of human history? And they do that, not in some abstract way, but, in the kitchen, right? In the garden, in the park, with each other, thinking about how to raise children, how to be safe in our society, how to mean something to each other. That's what the book's about. Right? How do we heal together from this traumatic history that we have kind of all fallen out of together? If you read the book, I hope you'll really enjoy it.